Welcome to the sixth episode of the First and Fifth Son podcast. As always, it's your man, Pony B, RVB Baker, and we got...
This big Barker, Jonathan Baker in the building, you dig? With the sixth episode of the First and Fifth Son podcast already, man. Yeah, can you believe it, man? We already on the big six.
Hey, man, before you know it, we'll be getting ready to... do season 2, but we're gonna be quiet about that. We got some stuff in store for y'all. We got some stuff in store for y'all, but we're gonna go ahead and rock this without delay. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that trucker talk, Jonathan. So what you got, Big Mark, on the truck talk?
Man, on this segment of Truckers Talk, man, y'all hit them horns and subscribe and follow, man. Hey, man. It has been a icy day in Dallas, bro. I was down. I had the pleasure to be down in Dallas, going towards Lubbock, Texas, with a load this week, and I caught the ass end of the icy roads. And bro, let me tell you, man. Once I got down deep off into down past Post. Man, I bet you I seen about 6 or 7 trucks that were still on side the road that met their fate thanks to that black ice, man. That goddamn black ice is undefeated, truckers. I don't care how heavy you are, how experienced you are, how long you been driving, how much ice you done seen in your day. Bruh, black ice.
It ain't nice.
Yeah, it ain't nice. Look, black ice and hills equals crash. And shouts out, man. Prayers go out to every trucker that crashed in Texas and everywhere else, but particularly Texas, man. It was ugly, bro.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to those first responders that's out there with those tow trucks and chains and stuff, because they're Absolutely. The ones that get us back in action again. So shout out to them too.
Yeah, quick visual picture, and I'm gonna be quick about this. Just imagine wrecking your truck in the middle of nowhere out there in Texas, in the post Lubbock area, Ranger area. That's a very rural area. It's a lot of hills for people who never been out there. It's pitch black, coyotes everywhere. You wreck your truck. It's 22 degrees. Raining, ice falling, and you on the side of the road at the mercy of the elements. That's a picture. That's a nightmare right there, buddy. You don't want to be in there. And no telling what's your condition once you run into another truck and another truck run into you, or you run into the side of a wall or the side of a hill or the guardrail or whatever. It's a nightmare, man. Hey, nobody deserves to be in that, man. That's a hell of a fucking feeling just to think about it. So, hey, like I said, prayers goes out to everybody that got caught up in the accidents and the wrecks. Hopefully all my truck brothers are okay, man. So that's about all I got on that, man. Y'all be safe. Check the weather. Weather Channel, it don't be accurate 1,000% of the time, but it's accurate 99.9% of the time. Okay, so y'all remember that and just be mindful of the weather, man. It helps, because I watch the weather all the time. And every state that I have to go outside of my normal area that I travel, I'm checking that weather. So that helps me. So hopefully that'll help y'all. And that's about all I got on Truckers Talk right now, bro. What you got going on?
Okay, before I jump into my health segment, I just want to again remind people, even if you're not a truck driver, you can help the truck drivers by staying your ass out the way. When them trucks are coming down, whether it's ice, whether it's rain, or whether it's dry pavement, remember, they're dealing with upwards to 80,000 pounds for your little 6,000 pound vehicle. So move out the way. Don't try to get no angry issue with the truck and slam your brakes in front of it, because I guarantee you won't live to tell that story. So
that's right.
let's give our truckers room. If they trying to pass, you see them trying to get over to the left lane because somebody in the right lane is going too slow for them, just give some consideration and let them pass. You're going to be able to get past them anyway, but give them that break because they're dealing with a lot more gears, a lot more weight, and those brakes is not going to stop that truck on the dime. So just wanted to get that plug out for the non-truckers out there because y'all can help. One team, one fight. So that's the truckers talk. Let's talk about this physical fitness because, as I always say, your health is your wealth. And what I want to talk about today is not an exercise, but I want to talk about a supplement. A lot of times we're looking at supplements to try to lose weight, try to make us stronger. Well, as everybody knows, I jumped out of planes, got bad knees, bad back, bad everything. But my chiropractor told me about magnesium. So they were adjusting my back and they asked me, your back is real tight stuff. Have you ever tried magnesium? And I was like, are you talking about the rub on me? I got some BioFreeze. I use this. It's just like, no, this supplement you can use to relax the muscle. So they gave me some of that. And I went home, took one pill, man. I was sitting on the couch, relaxed like I took a Percocet or something. It's not real hard, but it will relax you. And then I started thinking, instead of some of these drugs I have, because, some people that follow me know that I have issues with insomnia. I think this might be the key for me right here.
The magnesium, is that relaxing?
Yeah, and it's not like it just drops you off like the other stuff I was taking. This stuff just kind of eases up on you before you know it. You just lay it out. Now, like everything, you can't take too much. And I want y'all, anything that my brother and I tell y'all on here, I don't want you to take it as the gospel because we don't take everything as the gospel that we hear. Do your research on it, look into it, ask some doctors, ask some other people that take it. But from my research that I found on is that as long as you take under 350 milligrams a day of magnesium, it can't hurt you. I've been told it's been helpful for a lot of things. So far, I like what it's been doing, and I'll give y'all a report on it when I come back as far as how it's been working for a full week. But I'm an instant fan. I don't take 2 pills because they're like 150 milligrams a piece. I could take 2 because it just put me at 300, but right now 1 is enough. So look into that, especially if you got problems with pain, back injuries, or problems getting to sleep and resting. Because that magnesium was a pleasant surprise. And just like you, Big Barker, that's all I really got for my health talk today.
Health as well. Yeah, that was some good information, man, because me, myself, I take that ashwagandha, man. That ashwagandha helped put me to sleep at night after I usually jump straight out the trucker's seat and grab me something to eat, walk my dog, and then it's kind of hard for me to unwind. So that ashwagandha helps me out. I don't know what all it got in it, but it helped me go to sleep like immediately.
Yeah.
So,
and believe it or not, Jonathan, because you turned me on to the ashwagandha, this magnesium worked better than that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Because, I still got the gummies, ashwagandhas, but since I've taken that magnesium, I really kind of cut back on some of my pain pills and stuff, just taking that. Because I got some pain pills. The VA is always good at giving you some pain pills. I got some stuff that'll put me out for days if I wanted to.
Oh, shit.
But I'm trying to get back fit. I ain't trying to get over fat. So I can't be doing that all the time. Plus, those pain meds really mess up your insides and stuff, get you blocked up and all kind of stuff. But the summer's coming. Yeah. Everybody's trying to get that summer body on. Just do it right. Take those meds, but don't take it from a fad or something that you saw real quick. Do your research before you put it in your system so we can see y'all healthy and wealthy for the summer. All right. So I stretched out health is your wealth too long. We'll go ahead and turn it back over to Big Barker and give us some knowledge.
All right, we're going to move right into the big state of Colorado, man. Colorado and their marijuana legalization has been in full effect since, I guess, the year 2000, man. It was voted in anonymously, I guess, with 54% of the votes.
Unanimously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unanimously. Thanks for that correction, bro. Yeah, it was voted in unanimously. And that is on top of that, since it's been voted in, they made like so much money. But I'm gonna just talk about the money that they made from January up until now. They actually reported in January of 2022 that they made like $12 billion, bro. And I was like, man, I had to keep reading it.
At 12 billion legal dollars.
Yeah, 12 billion. You know. And I they sold $12 billion worth of medical marijuana from January up until now. And I read it like twice. I screenshotted it. And I looked at it for a minute and I was like, man, the revenue off of this wonder drug is just unmatchable, man. It's unmatchable. And once again, I can't stress it enough. You know, some people are ahead of others. I mean, like I was very impressed with Chicago and how long they was allowing the usage of medical marijuana for medical uses and purposes. But now with the recreational usage of it, it's also, you know, like one more reason for more hugs and love instead of fussing, fighting, and killing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because the marijuana, man, you could say you did a lot of shit on marijuana, but getting angry and going into a blind rage don't usually be one of them, man. You know, so just mixing that in with the knowledge of it, man. And I'm always impressed. I'm always impressed with the numbers that that the marijuana brings about. And it's always a vision of mine to have I always think about, okay, they getting this extra, well, I ain't gonna call it extra money, but they getting this big time revenue in, and they taxing the hell out of it, of course. And you know, there's so many things that they probably are doing with the money besides lining their pockets, you know. And I don't really know in depth what they doing with the money, but I know the money is there. You see what I'm saying? That's the point I'm making. The money is there. So the revenue is coming in off of that one source. You know what I'm saying? So the money is definitely there for them to, you know, fix highways, infrastructure, all that good stuff, you know, help out with the homeless, because the West Coast got a lot of homeless people up there. But like I said, helping people that's in need on a medical level for it too. And just the willingness of them to be able to go ahead and legalize it so soon, you know. It's been legalized there for what, 22 years now? If it was
it 22 years?
2000. Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
2000, and it's 2022. So yeah, that's a minute right there.
Man, that time flew by.
Yeah, so hopefully states like good old Louisiana go ahead and get it legalized.
Man, it'd be a brand new day if Louisiana do it, because the thing about Louisiana, this is why I've been screaming every time I have a conversation with people in Louisiana that's pro or anti-marijuana. Louisiana, you can literally throw a seed in a ditch and grow weed down there.
Yeah.
The land is so fertile. And
that black dirt.
Yeah, Louisiana is known for the big easy. People come there to get high any damn way. Just imagine what kind of revenue can be sparked up to take care of the people of Louisiana legalizing marijuana.
Look, not to mention, Louisiana is one of the states that's below the poverty level. Okay,
one of many.
Amongst the four poorest states in the United States, you got the southern states, and they are red states. Okay, you got Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And
all the states you listed are the states that's prime candidates for legalizing cannabis.
Exactly, for that revenue for that revenue. Mississippi, they just passed theirs, but last.
Yeah, I remember you said that last a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, the episode 4 we talked about that. But,
so if y'all don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and check out episode 4 so you can get the full explanation of what Big Bark put down to you.
Exactly, because it's not just this big old quote unquote kick on marijuana. It's the big old quote unquote chase on revenue streams to better states, cities, towns, counties, outskirts for poor people, the betterment of roads and the metropolitan areas and all that good stuff. And the medical use, man, people that really need it. So once it's all said and done, I can say that'll be a job well done, because we're going to always have so much work to do in the medical field, like fighting cancer, for instance, that's going to always be a fight that's going to be being faced out there, amongst other things, other diseases like the pandemic, which is COVID that we've been living with for 2 years now, going on 3, bro?
Oh, man. Speaking of COVID, there was some research that said people that smoke marijuana had a high chance of not getting COVID for smoking marijuana.
Look, I heard it totally opposite. They said that you had a higher risk if you smoke.
Yeah, I heard something different. I would like for them to do more research on that, but that's what I heard.
Well, either or, I know a lot of people that smoke regularly, and some of them caught COVID. I can't say all the people I know that smoke caught COVID. I can't say that. Well, yeah, that I know like personally. Probably 1 or 2 that did, but the majority of them I know, RB, they caught COVID, the 19.
Yeah, trying to pull it up.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
another thing about COVID, man. When they die, when they tell people they have COVID, anybody out there could tell us why they don't tell people what fucking variant they have.
Shit, some of them don't know what variant they got.
Now, I mean the people that tested when they send it to the motherfucking lab.
Oh, okay, right? Yeah, that would be helpful.
Because they always talking about the variants, the variant this, this variant, that variant. Which fucking variant do people have? Tell people the variant,
Hey, can you see that, Jonathan?
Roger that. Yeah, I see that. New study: cannabis compound CBD may potentially prevent fight. COVID-19 infection. Well, like I said, when it first started, I read something and it said I didn't screenshot it or nothing, but I read something that was saying that I think it said something to the effect that people that don't usually smoke, when they smoke, they could be at higher risk to catch COVID. But
yeah,
I'm not so sure about that. But
it was probably both sides, because they got people that are against marijuana that probably, just like all this other political bullshit that's going on, put that out. But somebody sent me that in text because they know I'm pro marijuana. And I was like, you don't say. I like to hear more about that. But man, we're talking about the marijuana, and even though we didn't have that as topic, I really want to talk about something else that's been left out of the media that I think is real big. What's my man that owns the Mavericks, the millionaire? Mark Cuban.
Cuban.
Yeah. Mark Cuban started a online pharmacy store, and his pharmacy.
I heard about that.
His pharmacy store is offering much needed medicines at a cheaper price, and a lot of people are dying for stuff because they can't get medicine. And he just started up a business to do that. And, I have yet to see it on CNN, on Fox, or CNBC. I haven't seen it in none of the big channels. Now, this is something that could potentially save lives in America, but the media is not covering it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you think about it, Harvey, you barely ever see anything about the celebration of the legalization of marijuana in states.
Yeah.
Very seldomly. Why? I don't know. Is it still taboo or what?
No, it is. And we also have the issue that the federal government does not recognize marijuana as legal. Even though it's legalized in different states, the state might find it legal, but in the minds of the federal government, it's still a legal drug that you can go to jail for. They just not pursuing people. And that's why we have this back and forth between it. And this is also why I believe that they need to go ahead and change that and take that marijuana out of that illegal status and go ahead and make it legal.
Right.
So,
well, yeah. I think they're gonna do it eventually, but they gotta leave room for people that's actually selling it illegally so that they could still bust them, I guess. I don't really know why, but that's what I'm just assuming.
But this the thing about it, Jonathan, and you know, whether it's for medical or recreational, it still has a financial outcome on it. If they would legalize marijuana, they could still go after the legal sellers of marijuana. Just because you legalize it doesn't mean it's illegal for people to bring in all these drugs into our country. It's just like the medicine, you know, it's legal to have Percocets from the doctor and stuff, but if somebody's selling perk pills on
man-made,
or stuff that they got for the cheap from somewhere else, they going to jail. It should be the same way with marijuana.
Right.
Let's legalize it so we can monopolize off of it. And the ones that's trying to undercut, you know, the government and stuff, you go do your worst to them.
Yeah, charge them, I guess. But it's a conversation that's not being had enough. But it's getting, the momentum is gaining, you know, and the rest of the states will soon be following suit. Like we said before, it's over half the states in the United States already that's legalized it. So eventually all states can follow suit. But that's about all I got, bro, on that. What, do you have anything else on it?
I just want to show that snapshot of Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drugs. And I want our people to know, hey, if you got family members that need, you know, insulin shots, or if they need affordable drugs for cancer, stuff that's, you know, could potentially take their life, check this out, because nobody in America should be dying because they couldn't afford to get the medication. That is some number one bullshit. So I looked in this a couple of times to make sure it was factual. And now that I saw it, I want everybody to know, and I'm gonna lead us up here for a little while. Go ahead and take that link down, look into it, talk to your
where's the link?
It's right at the top, costplusdrugs.com.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah,
and I even put that in there, costplusdrugs.com. So Mark Cuban's right there doing this thing. And this is the thing that I tell people about capitalism. A lot of people that don't like capitalism say they don't like it because it makes you greedy, it makes you bad, and everybody should be equal. I'm a full-blooded American. I believe in capitalism because you should have the opportunity to get all that you can get because you have that drive. But once you get there, you shouldn't be so greedy that you don't care about your fellow brothers and sisters in your country or around the world, because you achieved that level so you can help people. And Mark Cuban is doing what I think is the right thing.
Right.
So my man doing that, hey, I want him to keep getting rich. And hell, I like to meet him one day. He used to be a DJ back in the day on this hustle grind. So we talk about that and then talk about how I can get that billionaire status like he got. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I shared that. Check out Mark Cuban. Make sure your family's safe. Make sure if they can't afford those drugs, they check out these options, because we don't want nobody dying unnecessarily when there's a way for them to prolong their life, be with their loved ones a little longer.
Right on, right on.
All right. So we didn't kick that can down the road, man. We're going to talk about the where the weed at. And this would be a good time to go ahead and jump in some current events because we got some serious stuff going on in the world. Russia invading the Ukraine.
Right.
So this has been something that anybody that's been paying attention knew was going to happen, even though Putin said he was pulling people from the border. It wasn't going to happen. They were doing exile. These cats went ahead and tried to pretty much
sneak them.
Sneak them and steal them. But what they forgot is that all that toughness that they got over there in Mother Russia, hey, the Ukraine got that in spades, and everybody down for it. Yeah. You know, it's not going to be an easy fight. And I think, you know, this joker relied on his intel as being the scariest country on the planet to say, yeah, we get in there, they're going to back down. They're going to back down. They know how we do. But he forgot they believe in their country. And I think you were mentioning to me earlier that the Klitschko brothers trying to go over there.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the Klitschko brothers are fighting with Ukraine. Okay. And that's happening. The Klitschko brothers are fighting with Ukraine. As a matter of fact, I was listening to CNN Thursday morning, and it was a reporter. He's from Ukraine, and he works for CNN. He's a correspondent.
Yeah,
he's picking up arms and fighting for his country. He brought his family to safety and went back to fight for his country. It sounds like some shit that you see on fucking TV, on a movie.
Hey,
you know,
art imitates life, and life damn sure imitates art. It is from a damn blockbuster TV. Matter of fact, what's that? Man, the army always talks about this show where the Russians invade America, and these kids are left to save the country.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, man, it was a show from the 80s.
Okay.
I can't remember. And then I know all my army buddies that's listening say, man, I can't believe you forgot that one, Baker. You must have hit your head one time too many on them jumps. And you're right. I forget shit all the time.
6 KOs.
Yeah, 6+.
Yeah, for real. Concussion City.
Yeah. So Wolverines, that's the name of it.
What is it?
The Wolverines.
Okay. Yeah, while you're doing that, man, what about touching on some of this other controversial stuff going on with the Ukraine war, with the African students and all of that? That's
well, it's not just the African students. It seems to be Africans in general. One of the worst things that can happen during the war is racist people showing their ass. And what's happened, what's being reported is that the people trying to get out of the city of Kyiv are being told they have to go after the Ukrainian people go. They won't let them on the train. So they told the men they have to stay. But even the black women and children, they're being told, hey, stand back. Only Ukrainians can go first. And they had a video where this young African ladies actually being shoved from the train.
I seen. Did you see the one that I sent you? I sent you some footage from Ben Crump.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah, off of Twitter.
Yeah,
and
she's being shoved off the train, and people are yelling. And I want people to understand this, and I want you to hear me clear, especially when we talk about racism. Racism is not just a one bubble thing where you say, okay, you have a white person or a white country, everybody's racist. No, racism is in the individuals. And I'm pretty sure there are people over there in the Ukraine that are not down for this racist stuff, and it's embarrassment that this has happened, just like in the United States. You know, there's a lot of people in America that hate racism, but there are some people that believe that's what defines America, and that's what we should be known as. So when I talk about racism and the Ukraine that's going on, I'm talking about those slapjack bastards that are racist. I'm not talking about the whole country of the Ukraine. Only the ones that's doing these racist tactics. So
hey, I would like to read this little quote that this lawyer said. I'm gonna just cut it short. He said, "Remember, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This is why we must continue to fight for equality for people of color across the globe."
That's a Martin Luther King statement right there.
Yeah, that's what Ben Crump he repeated it, and that's I mean, it's perfectly used for the situation. I'm disgusted by that, man. Like, goddamn, bro. Let these African women go to safety, with the Ukraine women. I mean, why should it be a divisor? But it is a divisor because they got the majority, they got the upper hand, and they being very unfucking fair. So, I mean,
I don't even want to say let the African go. Let the people in the Ukraine be treated equally.
Yeah.
You can see them as black, you can see them as Ukraine, but when they get on that train, it is the people of Ukraine that are trying to get away from the Russian advancement. So
yeah, they're trying to get the safety.
Treat people equal, and I would be okay. I was looking at that link that you sent me. Some of the comments on there, somebody was crying because Ben Crump was on the case doing his job. And they were like, "Oh, Ben Crump is talking about racism when racism is not happening." To that person, whoever you are, shut the fuck up, because you're what's wrong with the world today. People don't want to hear the truth, so to make them feel better, they don't want to call out racism. They want you to cover everything else but the obvious. And I say to everybody out there, if you feel uncomfortable with racism and hearing about racism, then do your part to stop racism.
Yeah.
We've already seen the part where they try to cover it up and it never gets dealt with. It just gets swept under the rug and people suffer and people die. So if you don't like racism, if your ears are too tender to hear somebody being called a racist, stop the racism, stop the hate.
It's a choice.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, flashback. My mind just worked and I pulled it up. The movie that I was talking about is called Red Dawn. All my military people out there, you can stop beating me up right now. I found it. I'm gonna put it up on the screen because it's an excellent movie and it's basically a movie back from the 80s that's showing what's going on right now in the Ukraine. These people have taken over somebody's country and it's up to them to defend it. So old Mother Russia then got down and took their stuff, and these cats got to get up and stand for what's right. So can you see it? Yeah. So again, another shameless plug. We're not getting paid from the producers of Red Dawn. I wish we were getting some kind of monetary kickback for us doing this, but in the spirit of education, check out Red Dawn. All the soldiers out there, go ahead and look at it for the 111th time and tell people how much you know about it and why it made you join the military. But it's a good show. Another thing I wanted to talk about with this treacherous, disastrous racism that's going on in the Ukraine is that this is not the only country that this has happened to. This is not the first time this has happened. And it's actually happened right here in the US of A recently. Yeah. When you look back at Katrina, for instance, a lot of people remember Katrina for the bodies that was laying out in the road and floating away or being left in the house to rot, and all those people at the Superdome where people actually die and wait for safety. People forget that there were towns and areas that was predominantly white that had guns telling black people, you cannot come over here. We don't trust you. We scared, so don't come over here. Even though they had their hands up trying to come get water, they were like, nope, this water is for us. Go back over there with your kind. And I'm disgusted every time I think about it, because The only reason they did that was out of racist fears.
Yeah.
So
and the looters also, but the racist fear is the biggest.
There was a perfect picture because, again, when I talk about racism, it's not a particular group, it's individuals. There are people in the media that was covering this. And when they saw looters, for instance, all the looters were African-American, Black, Hispanic. Right. All the people that was scavenging for survival, doing the same thing, they were just humans that needed help. And one news reporter actually placed that up there. He's like, look, there are two people going into the same store to get diaper and food. One's called a looter, the other one's called a survivor. And the only difference is the color of their skin.
Yeah. That's running.
So, we don't have no time for this racism stuff. We got a situation, an emergency, and we got to focus on the problem at hand. And those people that are racist, get y'all ass out the way, because y'all making things worse than it already is. So that's my cup of tea on that. Did you want to talk any more about the Ukraine? Matter of fact, I got a map of the Ukraine brought up so people can see exactly what's going on. Let's see. All right, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know if you can see my pointer on here and stuff, but
yeah, I can see it.
This area to the right, that's all Russia.
Mother Russia.
Mother Russia, a couple of years ago, took over Crimea, right down here.
But
there's still some questions about that, but Russia already sacked them, and that's their shit now. Now, Russia has some back freedom fighters over in this area, and what they want to do is sweep across and take all of the Ukraine. But these mugs are fighting back, and they bringing it to their ass. They're not sitting down. And the city that everybody is talking about, where is it at? Where is it? Somewhere on here where they're trying to evacuate. They're trying to go to Poland. Here it is, way over here. They're trying to get to Poland by train and stuff. It's actually close enough to drive and stuff, but that's the situation.
Oh, yeah.
That's the situation. And all this area, Russia wants because it's prime territory. They got all kind of minerals, precious metals, and they're doing good over there. So, of course, he wants that. But they're not letting that go. That's a big, big country to be talking about taking over, and they're not giving it up without a damn good fight. I've never been there, but it's a beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to go check that out for myself.
I don't want to go over there me myself, man. I'm prejudiced. I'm writing them off as prejudice now.
Well, I'm gonna ask you to reserve that thought until you actually get to talk to them, because when I was in Germany, people used to say, "Hey, man, I wouldn't go to Germany because they're prejudiced." People used to say, "I wouldn't go to France, man, because France is prejudiced." And what you find out when you get over there is that there might be some people that's prejudiced like everywhere else, but most people over there love us.
Yeah,
they love us.
Well, sometimes it's just the moments like them pushing motherfucking Africans off the train. That shit fucking cuts deep. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Those folks are scared too. They didn't come over there to go to war. They came over there to get educated or whatever they doing. Let them flee too.
Educating and working. And this is a great opportunity to talk about why you can't just sum everybody in the bucket and just write them off as racist because a few people are racist.
Right.
Europe was one of the places that I never believed that in the first place. But when I went over there, I was surprised at how welcome I was there. I was more welcome there, unfortunately, than I am in America. I mean, I became a model overnight, and that's not my thing. I went over there as a damn soldier, but because the people like what they saw, and we had good conversation, they put money in my pocket. But when we talk about the European area, we have to really be aware of putting them in the ball of racists, because the people that want you to do that are the racists. They want you to believe that the whole country thinks like them, which is not true. Just like in America. There are people here that are racist. They don't like to call themselves racist because they know it's wrong, but they want the rest of the world to believe that the United States of America is for Anglo-Saxon white folks only. That's cool. And nobody likes black people until they get over here. They realize, oh, y'all the minority over here hating like that. And that's how it is around the world. And it's very important around the world because I think, and this is my own personal opinion, that Black Americans don't travel enough. And we need to get out there and see for ourselves what's going on and not just count on the few reports we get. Like this report that happened in Ukraine is sickening. It's disgusting. And something needs to be done about it. But here's the thing I want you to think about, Jonathan. If the Ukraine was racist and stuff, why would they have blacks over there?
Well, I understand they may not be trying to put you in bondage type racist, but when I say it's racist, I mean when you cut a right from a person, that's their right to safety in a time so trying. This is a real fucking life or death situation for those folks. So I mean, it rears its ugly head at the wrong fucking time, but it's already there though. It's been there all along. So that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not calling, and it's not all of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm that fucking dumb that, all y'all bitches racist. No, I'm not saying that. But those that are in the position of power, when racism rears ugly head through those particular soldiers that's patrolling that
or
situation.
Police officers, because in that situation it was police officers.
That was police. Yeah. That's even worse. Like, come on, man. Get these. It would have been a lot better if he would have said, okay, only the African women can go now. You men have to wait till last. I would have took that.
I wouldn't even took that, Johnson. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when we talk about a country that's supposed to be a proponent of the democratic situation, with equality for all, it shouldn't matter what your race is. If they said, which they did say, hey, we're trying to get the women and children out here, but we need the men to stay and fight. Got it. But if there's a black woman, you telling she can't be on there because she's not Ukrainian, hey, I'm throwing the bullshit flag. And I'm not going to throw it on the whole country or the whole force. I'm going to call it on that individual that did it. And I refuse to let that one officer and the people represent everybody that did it. Just the ones that's
standing around with him. That's not saying, hey man, let her on, because obviously he was in control and nobody stopped him. But so eventually that'll come into question, after all of this shit is up. But I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong, I do stand corrected. Not all of them are racist, but at that moment, he was the fucking racist in the situation.
He's the asshole in the room, and he needs all the hatred that everybody can muster. And for the people that's around there, I'm pretty sure there's some people that called him out. But just like what happened here to George Floyd, there's people all different races calling out this cop, but that cop did what he wanted to do.
Right,
So
right.
that cop needs to be punished. Not all the police, not everybody in Minnesota, just that cop. And the same thing with that. They need to get in there. They got a big problem on their hands with Russia, but racism can never take a front seat when there's a problem and stuff. It needs to be called out at every time. And the people that do it need to be held accountable for it, and not by mixing them up in the group, by pointing them out as an individual. What I would like to see is that they call out that individual that did that cop by name or that section.
Yeah, I doubt it if it's going to be like right now, because they got so much other stuff.
Their country is being taken. So I got it that nobody's going to pause the brakes, because that's what Putin wants. He wants everybody to just stop looking at what he's doing so he can take it.
Yeah, that cop better pray that he lived to be even held accountable, because I don't think Putin struck his best blow yet. He just kind of pawing with them to see their best blow.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm thinking going on. But you'd be surprised, though. You never know. Ukraine might shock them. They might fucking hold them back and keep them in a hole to where they can't even strike their best blow. So
well, Ukraine's already shocked them. They thought that they were just going to roll into Ukraine without shots fired and just use superior force. So Ukraine, they up for the battle. What they need is support, and they're getting it. Germany is sending them stuff. We're sending them stuff. Everybody's sending them stuff, because a lot of people are looking at this the same way as Hitler. And I know some people out there mad, like, oh, why you throw Hitler's name around? Why you trying to say Putin's Hitler? First of all, I didn't say Putin was Hitler. I said it's a situation. And second of all, shut the fuck up. Because
he's moving like Hitler. That's what everybody's saying.
This is a power grab, move for like imperialistic domination. And in this day and age, nobody's taking that, because it's like history's repeating itself.
Right.
And if you got an argument about me saying that, go ahead and do your research on how Hitler got into power,
right,
which was legal, and how he started annexing and taking countries before we went over there and put something on his ass. So it is what it is.
I totally agree, though, man, because it's a touchy situation, and my heart does go out to them, the Ukrainians, and that's without biasness. I have sympathy for the whole entire country, races or not, and that's because I'm an African American. But at the end of the day, they should be recognized for the racist shit that they're doing right now. But I hope all the innocent people survive this, and let's just see how it goes, because I'm not gonna sit here and wish bad on the country, because I know it's not all of them. So let that be.
And I'm like you. I'm wishing the best for the people of the Ukraine. They've been through a lot of shit, and this is just unnecessary bullshit. They're supposed to be having some type of summit so they can see if they can come to a peaceful ending, the Russians and Ukrainians. But my belief, just like a lot of people, is you can't trust Russia. They say one thing with this hand and punch you with the other one. So what I'm hoping is that all these embargoes that we're putting in place and stuff is not a slight embargo. We come down real heavy, and the other countries come down heavy, and we basically cripple him out of power.
Well, they said the former KGB member or leader is dirty as they come, as they say in the hood. When you got a dirty motherfucker that's always doing some shit.
Yeah, he's that motherfucker.
They say that motherfucker is not to be trusted. You can't trust him as far as you can see him, and he's 1,000% about war and destruction. That's That's the ground. That's
He's
all
about the
care.
drama. He don't care about the peace. He want all the drama.
All the smoke, so they say.
Yeah, he said bring all the smoke to him. But this is where the country has to unite behind NATO, and America has to show its strength, because right now, what's happening is everybody in the world is looking toward America to see how we're gonna handle and what we're gonna do about it. And,
isn't not to cut you off? Isn't Trump wife from there? Ivanka?
I don't think she's from
daughter,
there. Is it Romania? Let me see, man.
Because I was reading some stuff and listening to some stuff, and they said something about how Trump is stroking what is the name? Putin.
Yeah.
And they said next they're gonna have Melania, that's her name, Melania Trump.
Yeah.
Next Melania gonna pick up arms.
Nah, she's from Slovenia.
Slovenia, okay.
Yeah.
It's but always
even if she was from there,
yeah,
it's really not about her. It's about the country standing strong with them. And this fucking jackwagon is on there kissing Putin's butt at this time. It's bad optics, man. It really shows why he was unfit to be the president. But what I'm looking at, because I've heard a couple of comments from some of his faithful followers on my Facebook page, they're making an excuse about the Ukraine and why it's not as bad as people think it is. And I'm like, really? You really gonna put that out to me? Like, first of all, like I give a fuck, and number two, like I can't read.
Yeah,
and they're like, nah, Trump is needed right now. I'm like, Trump would give him the keys if it was up to Trump. And people keep forgetting when Trump was in office, Trump was holding back military aid from the Ukraine because the Ukraine wouldn't investigate Joe Biden's son. People forget about that, but that actually happened. So that guy, he needs to stay out there with his people that believe him, and they want this perfect world where he could be the president of them. They need to stay wherever the hell they at. But with the rest of the world, we calling it for what it is. I mean, Russia has always been troublesome after World War II.
Right.
I mean, when you look at it, we were allies during the war, but after that, we didn't trust each other. And I know when I joined the Army, Russia was always our number one enemy. I, for the love of me, cannot imagine what is going on in a soldier's head or any military member's head that says, no, Russia's cool, man. It's America that's jacked up. We should go away from our president and follow Putin. It's like, what military did you serve? And matter of fact, what country do you serve? Because when
motherfuckers just reaching for a reaction, or
they reaching for a reaction, but they really are sold on this Agent Orange Messiah. He can do no wrong. And if he says it's right, then they will fall on their sword to believe him.
And they need to follow their ass overseas so they can live their life.
They're the ones that's the problem, man. Because to me, and this is my military part coming out, I don't follow no man. I don't care if you're president or not. My allegiance is to the United States of America, for better or for worse. And if you tell me that you are America, I'm going to tell you, stand way the fuck back. Get out of my face, because I can read and I know what our America should stand for. And one person is not America. Even if you got to be the president of the United States, like Agent did, you do not represent all of America.
No, you don't. No one person can ever. It's not even built like that. It's built on a bunch of fucking unification and a bunch of people that came from other countries here anyway. So
yeah,
these dumb son of a bitches, when they get to talking about who they are, this land is my land, man.
Yeah,
You lucky somebody don't slap a muzzle on you. So if
or
so
just slap the shit out of them.
Yeah, if they so much for a foreign country, they could go their American ass over there and see what happened to them.
Yeah. Well, some people have done it, and some people have found out the hard way. So
yeah, exactly.
But my bottom line is, my fellow Americans,
exactly.
we need to come together as true Americans, and it's the reason why we follow this Constitution and we use it as a living document to make it better. Never said that we're perfect, but I'll put my money on us against any country that we're better than them. That's why everybody's trying to come to America, and all the other places that they go. Yeah, all the other places they go to is second and third place to America. Exactly. We are in our 2-minute mark, Big Barker. So is there anything that you want to put out to the people? Anything we need to talk about, hot and pressing, before we close out episode 6? Damn.
Number 6.
Yep.
Anyway, but now, man, I don't have nothing, man. That ending with this war is, I think this is a perfect ending. It's a lot of mental and physical emotions caught up in the situation. So, something that needed to be discussed, even on our platform, we got to recognize what's going on. And, hey, I'm always say I'm a peaceful person, and I am praying for peace in the world. Even from back in the 80s, remember they was always like, pray for peace, heal the world. I still believe and feel that the older I get,
we are the world.
I resonate. Yeah. And I really still identify with peace, man, because if you feel like you want to wake up and be dealing with war every day, hey, that's on you. But eventually your war will come to an end, whether you're dead or you're silenced in a cage. So I am 1,000% for peace, and I pray that this war is over very quickly, and not many lives are lost, not many women and children innocently are killed and horribly killed, and hopefully the African people over there do get a chance to get to safety, and I'm for peace, man. I just want to throw that out there. I'm 1,000% for peace. I will prefer peace.
Well, being an old soldier and still military minded, my job is to usher in peace as much as possible, but always be prepared for war. But for the people in the Ukraine, I really hope that this comes to a peaceful resolution and Russia backs off, because in war, it's always the innocent that pay the toll. Exactly. And I don't want any innocent people that didn't pledge to take up arms, or people taking up arms that never thought they'd be in that position, have to do that. That is a military life, and is a life that's not made for many. On the other hand, if they do have to go there, I hope everybody in NATO rallies behind Ukraine to bust Russian ass and get them back over that line. That's just how I am. That's how I'm built. When it comes to the racism and the peace in the world, I really want people to focus on the fact that racism only exists in the mind of ignorance. And I don't care what country you go to, there's ignorant people all over the world. Focus your disdain for those individuals, not for everybody in that country. And the last thing I have to say, and I really want to stress this because I really think I'm going to have to get into politics one day. I'm going to have to do something to stand my ground. People of America, now more than ever, we have to be united in the shit that we do. I don't care what you think about America. The whole world is looking at us, and they're looking at us because of this democratic process. All these other countries have failed and rebuilt and stuff. In America, we're still the young kids on the planet, but we're number one because we're making this thing work. In spite of the womanizing, racism, all the ugly things in our past, we're learning from that and continue to move forward. And what I want to ask my fellow Americans is to keep pushing forward for what you know is right. If you know it's right to stand up for people and make sure people get equality, do that. If you know it's right to make sure Americans can be taken care of, regardless of their race, color, creed, or sexual preference, do that. And for those that don't want to do that, you're still Americans, but don't think you run America, motherfucker. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Don't think you run America, because there's a part of America that's in the middle of this extreme left and extreme right that only want to make sure that their kids have a nice house to stay in, be able to go to school, and when they pass away, leave something for their kids to be better off. That is the middle America that a lot of people are not covering and I talk to every day. So when I do throw my hat in, I'm going to be proud to be an individual and run as an independent, because there's a whole big chunk of the US of A that's saying, look, I don't want this racist shit. I just want to have a job. I want to be able to pay for gas. I want to be able to buy a damn house. I want to get rich, but I don't want to watch the rich keep getting rich while the poor get poor.
Yeah, well, that is, I mean, that's true, but opportunities given to, I say opportunities are given to everybody, but more opportunities need to be given. And yeah, getting rich, you know, you could give out a whole lot more opportunities to those who want to take advantage of that. But yeah, that's well said though, bro.
Yeah, so that's all I got right there. Political platform keeps popping up, but weed keeps popping up too. So we'll keep talking about that marijuana.
Hell yeah, the bond bud.
Yeah, because that thing, matter of fact, I think I'm put a little video I made a long time ago on YouTube singing about how going green will save the nation. I might, if I find out, I'll put that in there as a little joke. But this is your man, Pony B, signing out. Thank you, y'all, for coming in again for another episode. We got a couple more to go, and then we'll start working on season 2.
Roger that.
Boom. Deuces.
Deuces.
Bustin' blocks in my Chevy, bustin' blocks in my Chevy. I ain't got no fucking diamonds, but I'm shining. I'm the